Hello there and welcome back to Good Morning Sri Lanka on this Christmas show on the 5th of December. Of course, we are talking about the White House and their decoration theme. Indeed, one thing I was thinking about, Barack Obama has two young kids. I think one is about 13 and the other 10. And probably Santa still does come for those two girls. I wonder if he has to go through a security check when he comes. I mean, I don't imagine Santa Claus would come through the chimney unawares, because I'm sure he would be a security threat. Interesting to see. And it's also very interesting to see how Obama celebrates Christmas, and also the media. It's a White House media clip that was there, and it's not necessarily about something about policy or politics. It's about Christmas. It's about something people feel, and it's interesting how in the United States how they reach out to the people with something that the people really feel. Maybe, of course, listen for our presidents and our politicians as well. Going on into something with children, of course, Christmas time brings a lot of movies, and one thing I remember I used to enjoy as a kid was the school day movies of the Christmas times, and those movies keep repeating every day and every year, but still we never go try it. And we have a new movie, Rise of the Guardian, and we have the trailer here, and we'll have a look at that and come back.
We go by many names and take many forms. We bring wonder and hope. We bring joy and dreams. We are the Sandman and the Tooth Fairy. We are the Easter Bunny and Santa. And our powers are greater than you ever imagined. It is our job to protect the children of the world. For as long as they believe in us, we will guard them with our lives. That dream is over. It is time for fear to rule the world. We have never faced a greater threat. And so, we will fight.
Wings up, ladies, and take no prisoners!
You don't want to race a rabbit, mate.
My army's ready.
Everyone to the sleigh! Buckle up!
Where are the bloody seatbelts?
Ha! That was just expression. Here we go! Everyone loves the sleigh.
There we have it, Rise of the Guardians, for all your children to get your hands on when you get your Christmas vacation, which is coming very soon. Of course, a wonderful movie, and all those movies that you can catch even on MTV Sports or during the festive season, during the mornings, all those wonderful Christmas movies. So I can't wait to see them. Great movie there, talking about the protection of children in this year of the child. Of course, it's a very important matter, and Christmas also being about children. The birth of the Prince of Peace, a child was born on and we celebrate on the 24th of December, the birth of a child. And indeed, it's an interesting thing, because there is another birth of a child that we are celebrating, and in England, they're certainly celebrating the eminent birth of a very famous child to be the third successor to the crown of England. William and Kate have come out with this fantastic news, and let's see what they have to say.
Kate and William first met at St Andrews University in 2001, where they both were studying. Will spotted Kate wearing a revealing dress at a charity fashion show, and the rest, they say, is history. The couple announced their engagement to the world in November 2010, and on the 29th of April the following year, millions of people from around the world tuned in to watch their big day. The prince finally claimed his princess with a royal kiss on the balcony of Buckingham Palace. To celebrate their union, the Queen bestowed upon them the title of Duke and Duchess of Cambridge. Kate and Wills have settled into married life, dividing their time between their North Wales home, where the Prince works as an RAF search and rescue pilot, while Kate has happily settled into her army wife's role and doing lots of charity work. The royal couple have had an exciting first 18 months of marriage, jet-setting around the globe, visiting Canada and the Far East. But now brings a new chapter to their lives, with the couple said to be excited about their firstborn and the future heir to the throne.
Well, the firstborn for William and Kate, the future heir to the throne, the third successor to the crown of England. So wonderful news for the world, in fact. And it's not just the joy to the world because the Prince of Peace is born in this month, but of course this is great news. The whole of England, and in fact the whole world, will probably celebrate this bit of news as well. Of course, Kate has been not so happy these days because she's been hospitalized with acute morning sickness. It's a common thing, and she's being rehydrated, and I guess being given the princess treatment that she should be given. Of course, with that, we'll have to go into another commercial break, and we'll be back soon on Good Morning Sri Lanka. Hello there, and welcome back to Good Morning Sri Lanka. Of course, as a child, there was a story that we all heard. It was about that famous gingerbread man. A wonderful story that we all heard as a child. And of course, there's a story that's coming up which is very interesting as well, with regard to some gingerbread, but not really gingerbread man. Well, what does the White House taste like? I'm sure Mitt Romney wanted a bite at the White House, but he never got a bite into it, and maybe it will not taste like gingerbread. But even though Mitt Romney has not been able to get a taste of it, he was invited to tea by Barack Obama recently for a discussion, and maybe he had a piece of this famous White House, because the White House is being prepared by the chefs at the White House into a gingerbread model masterpiece. And let's have a look at this story.
Mom always said don't play with your food.
So you still don't listen.
We do it for a living.
All these little individual parts that you'll see will come together to make a very precise version of the White House in white chocolate.
Here you'll see I've got little carrots and eggplants. There were Asian eggplants that were growing in the garden. So this is what I'm working on today. The finished piece will be this whole platter.
This is the gingerbread that we use to build the support structure on the inside. It's your basic gingerbread recipe. We used honey from the garden, and we stacked it like bricks, glued it with chocolate to give it strength.
So the house is on a plot that's 49 inches by 29 inches, and the complete weight, including chocolate and gingerbread, is well over 400 pounds. It's a labor of love, and it's like running a marathon or something when you get to this point.
The best part about this is the reaction, people's reaction. That's a reward. It really is a lot of fun. People get a big kick out of it.
That cake really does look good, and I'm sure it does taste good as well. It's gingerbread with white chocolate. Wonderful piece of work there, with the White House being portrayed in that sense. And of course, I'm sure the public can get a taste of it, and I'm sure Mitt Romney would have his piece as well in the time to come. A wonderful piece of work there, and interesting again how to see the presidential media, how they work about it with regard to what they do. And I got it that it's the presidential media because the Nutcracker theme is playing even in that song, even in that video. video clip we had over there. So another wonderful festivity, which I suppose things that we can have here as well. We do have a wonderful pastry chef tradition in Sri Lanka with our hoteliers as well, and we see wonderful creations of work, but of course not getting this publicity. Maybe we can have the Arliagaha Mandire in that kind of form and in a cake, and maybe we can have a piece of it as well. And interesting story there as well. So this Christmas edition, I'm sure we have got you into the Christmas spirit, feeling up for it, and tapping your toes to all I want for Christmas is you, and so many things to do with the Christmas. So get your lists out, get those decorations out, get the trees out, and start your work for this Christmas season. And of course we are going to wrap up with a very interesting thing. When it comes to Christmas, there are so many things that you can buy for the ladies. There's so much shopping to do. There are dresses, there's ornament, there's jewelry, household items, anything. But of course what a lot of girls have the problem is with regard to what do you buy for a guy. It's just the ordinary shirt or maybe a belt or a tie or something like that. But here we have something very interesting. The famous brand Diesel bringing out their fashion show, and we can have a look at this. And ladies, if you know what to buy, if you don't know what to buy for a guy, maybe get an idea from this. And with that, we'll wrap up for Good Morning Sri Lanka, and we'll see you soon.